Hey folks, this is Vincent Adelie with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out the Sherlock Files Sinister Secrets. This is a game for 1 to 8 players. It's for ages 14 and up, and the average play time is about 60 minutes. This particular box comes with 3 cases, and you can only play each one once. So the case that we're about to play today is going to be spoiler territory. Luckily, there are other boxes as part of the Sherlock Files line. So in addition to 3 cases here, you'll find other Sherlock Files games with different titles that also feature other cases. So if you're really interested, you can possibly get this to try the 2 and then 3 from other boxes. Okay, so what is this game all about? Well, this is a cooperative card game where players will be pretty much playing cards either face up to assume that they are part of the case, or they're going to be playing a card face down and discarding it in order to say that it's not relevant to the case at all. But we have to make these snap judgments on the fly as we get dealt these cards because we won't have all of the information in front of us. We'll be trying to piece together the case as we go, and hopefully the cards that we pick to keep face up are relevant to the case. Any that are not relevant to the case that we keep face up is a -1 point at the end of the game. And on top of that, if we do not have 6 cards discarded at the end of the game, at least 6 cards, then we lose automatically. So we have to discard cards, at least 6. So these other cards are part of the other 2 cases that we're not going to touch on. So we're going to put these off to the side. And then we are playing, it just says room 208 on here. I don't know if it's really the name of the case or what. This is the instruction booklet. I think a better job could have been done in explaining the rules. I had to go through this a couple of times to completely understand it. So part of the instructions are here, part of the instructions are here, and this is the case itself and what happened. I guess I'll just read that off now. Room 208, phone call, September 23rd, 2018, 8:11 p.m. This is Ashley speaking. You called Ghost Hunter Inc. How can we help you? The hotel manager says, could you please come to the Blair as soon as possible? Ashley says, the Blair on Edison Street? And the hotel manager says, yes, there's been a suicide. Ashley says, what do you mean? Hotel manager, well, one of our guests has jumped or fallen off of the balcony. He was found by the housekeeper. Ashley says, do you mean the balcony from room 208? And the hotel manager says, yes, that room. Ashley says, and you are? Hotel manager says, I'm Thompson. Thomas Thompson, the hotel manager. Ashley says, when was the body found? The hotel manager says, about 20 to 25 minutes ago. The police are already here, but I think you should come too. Ashley says, thank you, we are on our way. So in addition to, I guess, us who are investigating things, we're going to be dealing with these ghost hunter people, or that's who the hotel manager called anyway, to come and look at this weird death that happened at the hotel. So the rest of this booklet is kind of spoiler territory, so we're not going to touch that. There is solo game rules here. If you're playing solo, you're going to get 6 cards, and then you're going to cycle out 2 discard piles, which you can explore that on your own. But the solo game is slightly different. But essentially what's going to happen is when all of the cards have been played, we are going to look at all the cards face up, and including the cards that have been discarded, and try and piece together what's going on. Then there's a questionnaire that we have to fill out. Depending on how well we did with the questionnaire, we're going to get so many points, and then -1 for every card in the tableau that is not relevant to the case. So that's the game, and here's 3 cards. 1, 2, 3.
We look at these?
Yeah, you can look at them. They are part of your hand. So let's see. The game is played in clockwise turn order, 1 player at a time. During their turn, the player will either reveal a card or discard a card. At the end of your turn, draw 1 card from the deck to bring your hand back up to 3. Now, it's worth mentioning that you can share some information about what cards you have in your hand and what you're about to play. According to the rulebook, all underlined text. So any cards with maybe underlined text, you can say, I've got a card that talks about this particular thing, but I can't actually read off the card to you. I can only tell you, like, what my card, the underlying text on that, and then, you can say, well, I don't know if it's relevant or not, that kind of thing. But I can't tell you what's exactly on the card. This is our setup card for this case. And this says, take the first card numbered 1 and put it on the table. Shuffle the rest without looking at them. Give 3 cards to each player, 2 cards if there are 6 or more players. For solo games, see the sheet. Leave the rest face down in the middle of the table. Okay, so we already did that. I'm going to put that off to the side because we've already done that. So this is room 206. The cards are numbered on the bottom right. This is card number 1. Okay, so who wants to go first?
You can go first because I'm still a little confused.
That's okay. So we're going to take a look. I'm going to take a look at my hand and pick a card to either play face up that I feel is part of the case, or I'm going to play it face down as part of our discard pile.
Okay.
We play cards of the discard pile face down, and then we can't talk about them anymore until the end of the case.
Okay.
So I'm going to look at my hand and try and figure out which of these might be relevant to...
And we're investigating a suicide?
Correct. A possible suicide at room 208. So the situation is someone jumped off of their balcony or was pushed off of their balcony.
Yeah.
The hotel manager called the police and apparently
Ashley.
this goat hunter, Ashley at Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
And now it's up to us to figure out, did they commit suicide? Is
Or
it foul
was it
play?
yeah.
Why are the ghost hunters involved with this?
There's no ghost though, right?
I don't know. I've never played this. I can't tell you.
It's not Ghostbuster files. It's Sherlock files.
No. This isn't. Yeah, Peter Venkman and Egon aren't going to come out of the rafters anyway. So hunting. I can't read this out loud, but this is what I've got here. Okay. What is this shit? That's possible, because this does reference the room number. Also this one. Mysterious actually, I might consider playing this one. This has room 208, has something to do with the ghosts. Okay, I think I'm going to play this card face up as relevant to the case, only because this might explain why ghost hunters were involved. So it says Hamilton's time, and I'm going to read this out loud because I'm going to play it face up. The ghost of the Blair's room 208 attacks again. Yesterday, another mysterious death occurred at the Blair. The guest of room 208 fell off the balcony. While authorities consider it an unfortunate accident, room 208 is said to be haunted by a ghost, and that its activity has been the cause of many deaths since the opening of the hotel back in 1887. So I'm just going to play this card face up as kind of a reference to there is a history of ghost stories at this hotel and a string of unexplained deaths.
Okay.
That might be relevant. It may not be. I might lose a point for that. We'll see. So,
and you said any underlying text?
Yes. So I could have said to you, balcony 1887. Because those words were underlined. So like based on that information, you would have had to have like weighed in. I don't know how much you could really weigh in on that, to tell you the truth, but
okay, interesting.
So now I picked up a card, and now it is your turn. You're either going to play a card face up as part of the evidence, or you're going to play it face down because you think it's bogus information that we don't need.
Okay. Can I see the info again?
What this is the call between the hotel manager and Ashley.
The phone call was on the 23rd, 2018 at 8:11 p.m. Hotel manager, yes, there's been a suicide. Around 20 to 25 minutes ago was a suicide. So like 7:30 or 7:40.
7:40ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually 7:50. Around 7:50, 7:45.
Okay.
According to the hotel manager.
And we know the person's name?
The victim, no. We don't have any information. That was not revealed.
Interesting.
It just says one of our guests.
Okay. Well, then I'll do this then.
You gonna play that face up?
I'm going to play a face-up thing. It has
Okay.
a load of information.
Okay. So booked rooms on 9/20/2018, which was 3 days prior to that. Okay. So yeah, 208 is Mr. Sullivan.
But look at the checkout.
Checkout 9/24. Okay, so it looks like all of these guests are still in the hotel. This is relevant, I think.
Yeah. Look at the checkout, but look at the day that he died, supposedly.
Well, he died 9/23, and checkout is the date. Whenever you set up a reservation, you're supposed to give the hotel a range.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, you got to tell them I plan to stay a week.
Okay.
So, according to this chart, everyone was expected to check out around 9/24, except for the top Mr. and Mrs. Laurel, who would check out on the next day after. But all of these guests are checking out at the same time, which is kind of strange to me. So I have to wonder if there was some kind of, I don't know, something going on. But anyway, so yeah, that's relevant. So Mr. Sullivan was in 208. He's probably the one that died.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put that face up for sure. And then you get to draw a card to add to your hand.
Okay.
And now it's my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to make another quick snap decision. I don't know if I... See, I don't have enough information to really know what's relevant, what's not.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Wonder if that's $1 million parent. So the words $1 million and challenge are underlined on my card here. I have to wonder if that's relevant to...
We're allowed to say that?
Well, because they're underlined text.
Oh, so you can say
I can say the
underlined
words
stuff.
that are underlined, but I can't really, do much... I mean... Okay, weird. Blair this weekend, Vitamin in the local. Okay. Oh, interesting. So, all right. So I'm actually going to play this card. The words that are underlined is the Ghost Seeker 2.0. It probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you, but the rest of the card to me does. It says Samuel Sullivan, which is the guy that was in 208, a paranormal detective. Apparently, the guy that died was a paranormal detective. Has paid a visit to the Blair this weekend, invited by young local Tom Thompson. Tom Thompson is the manager.
Oh, okay.
Tom wants to share the progress made in investigating the ghost of room 208 with the Ghost Seeker 2.0, a tool of his own design. So it looks like... So based on what this is saying, the hotel manager invited Mr. Sullivan from room 208 to, I guess, collaborate about this Ghost Seeker 2.0. I guess, if this hotel has a history of being haunted, then I bet you, the hotel manager for publicity is, trying to get, trying to get that sale, or those extra sales. But I picked up a card, and now it is your turn.
Okay. I have... See...
There's about 30-some cards in the deck overall. And, again, at least 6 have to be discarded.
Yeah.
So...
Wow, that's rough. Okay, then... Ooh, that's tough. Okay, I think I kind of get why... And I can't really say it, right?
Well, unless it's under... What do the underlined words on the card say?
Latest invention and ghosts.
I'd say play that one then.
But then I have another one that says victim's belongings.
Oh. I think that would be super important, right? If it's victims, what does he have on his person?
Yeah.
Is anything incriminating enough to you?
The thing is, it doesn't match.
Okay. Maybe we keep the card for later.
I'm going to... Interesting. This is hard. This is hard because now I have 2 suspects. Actually 3. But
Okay.
I'm just going to play this.
Face up.
Yeah.
And this is patent application form, victim's belonging. The geospatial displacement magnetometer. Applicant, I believe you, Ltd. Inventor, Samuel Sullivan. So...
Yeah,
he had a patent on his belongings, the victim, saying that he was trying to patent this ghost detector, geospatial displacer magnet. So an applicant is I believe you Ltd. So Samuel Sullivan was creating some kind of company, I believe you Ltd, for a geospacer. Now, what you're saying is of his own design?
Oh, this is Tom Thompson's design, though. The Ghost Seeker 2.0, he was trying to share his progress of Tom Thompson's own machine. Tom was trying to share his progress of his own machine.
Which is different than the So I wonder if they had conflicting, I don't know.
I don't know. It's tough.
Okay, well, did you get a card?
No.
Okay. All right. I am going to... Okay, yeah, I'm going to discard this card because I don't think it's relevant. It just says guest drinking, but the information on this card is not within the time span of the murder, which was 7:45-ish, or suicide/murder. It was like, this took place an hour before, roughly, and 2:05, I mean... Yeah, I'm just going to discard this card, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think this is relevant or enough pertinent information to the case. So I'm going to just play that face down into a discard pile here, and then I'm going to draw up to 3.
I'm going to discard this one.
Okay. What were the keywords on it?
I don't want to, but new death and bookings. But I think it's relevant, but I don't want to get rid of these either.
Do you want to play a different one then? I don't know.
I don't know if these are two. Like, I feel like these are more relevant than this one.
Yeah, let's go for it. Go for it, yeah.
So, I think I can remember that one. At least memory, my memory.
Hopefully we won't, lose whatever information was on that.
Yeah,
but, okay.
Hopefully.
All right. I saw the ghost. I saw the guest of room 203 with her luggage arguing in the corridor. That doesn't mean anything, though. Just because they were arguing, who was... so...
If someone was arguing, it could be an important argument, maybe.
Well, I shouldn't be saying that out loud.
Oh, sorry.
But that was my bad. I was saying it for the benefit of folks at home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that was her. 20. Okay, and her luggage. So maybe she might be... But arguing isn't necessarily a motive for murder. I mean, maybe I'll keep an eye on that. Arrived at the bar, booked a table for 2. So who was Toot? That was this character here. Okay. Again, I don't know if that's really any information. Well, I think this is relevant because, okay, this would rule him out as a suspect, I think, because, and I'm saying this because I intend to play it. It says, the bartender declared the guest of room 210 arrived at the bar at 7 p.m. and booked a dinner table for 2. Drank a gin fizz. Later, the guest made 2 phone calls from the bar. The second call had no answer. If that murder/suicide happened at 7:45-ish, and he stayed for dinner, he had dinner reservations, typically that would last longer than 45 minutes. So I don't think the person from room 210 had anything to do with the murder. So I'm going to play this to sort of rule out the person from room 210, which is Mr. Randall. So it sort of gives Mr. Randall an alibi.
Can you see that? 210 arrived at the bar at 7 and booked a dinner table for 2. Drink a gin fizz. Later, the guest made 2 phone calls from the bar. The second call had no answer. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to discard this one.
Okay, so you're going to discard that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What were the keywords on it?
Reception unattended. But I think, again, I can remember that. Again, I really think these 2 are probably more important.
Okay. All right, so you get a card.
Maybe I'm playing this wrong, but
well, we've already discarded 3, and we haven't even gotten through the entire.
No.
So.
So we have to discard.
We need 6 or more to at least not get eliminated.
Oh, I see. I was.
We might be discarding too much.
I see. I thought it was we have to discard at least 6 in order to win.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's just that we haven't even gone through the majority of the cards yet.
Yeah.
We've got half of what we need.
Okay.
So we might be discarding 2. We'll see.
We'll see.
I like this card that I just picked up. Reason being, it kind of gives the person down here. Where did I see that? So, yeah. So if we look at this, 2 calls were made from the bar to room 2. So the 2 phone calls from the bar, the second call had no answer. So I'm going to play this. This is a hotel phone call register.
Okay.
This proves his story.
The bartender?
Well, yeah, because he said that Mr. Randall made 2 phone calls from the bar and the second had no answer. The second call was to, like, these 2 calls on the bottom are to room 208, which is where the guy died.
Yeah.
So at 7:15, he called room 208, and I guess he talked to him, I'm not sure. And then at 7:45, there was no answer. So that corresponds to the time of death, 7:45 there.
Why would he call twice?
But that proves that, yeah, well, that kind of proves that he kind of had an alibi. He was at the bar the entire time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bartender didn't say he left the bar.
That's true.
So Mr. Randall's definitely innocent.
Okay.
I think. So I'm going to go ahead and just play that as face-up evidence and then draw a card.
All right. Let's do... Maybe I should have played that previous one.
What's weird is that there is a variant in the solo rules. It's actually the way you're supposed to play it. You're supposed to keep 2 discard piles, and then at the end, whenever this runs out, you're supposed to go through the one that's like the temporary discard, and then you get to play those cards one more time if you want to.
Interesting.
I kind of like that.
Okay.
I don't know why it's only for solo mode, but you know.
Okay. What about this one? This is the people who have access to the room keys.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. Access to room keys. The porter, housekeeper, room service, receptionist, and hotel manager. Okay. Spare copies are kept at reception. All right. That works for me. And you get a card.
What?
Interesting. Wait a minute. I know that name. Ms. Boyle. Okay. So... Could the prize finally be claimed? All right. This might be silly. See, all of these cards seem to be... They go hand in hand with each other. It seems like what's weird is that like he's got his own patent for a tool, ghost tool. The hotel manager was talking about the Ghost Seeker 2.0, and now I've got some cards that reference other things. So I feel like this is some kind of, and they're all arriving at the hotel at the same time and leaving around the same time. Is this some kind of like ghost convention? I don't know. But I'm gonna play this face up. It might be a mistake, but I feel like this kind of leads into why everyone is there. The $1 million paranormal challenge may finally be claimed by inventor B. Boyle with the Ghost Booster. Control tests are said to start soon. Could the prize finally be claimed? B. Boyle is Ms. Boyle.
Yep.
So I feel like this explains why everyone is there with various inventions. Okay, so I'm going to play that face up.
Okay, that actually cancels out this one. And I'm going to discard that.
We're going to discard that.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good to me. Okay. Declare the employee turn on its high. I'm going to discard this one. I mean, this doesn't have any... This is just... I'm going to I can't read to you what it says, but it says in underlined text, all strange noises and flickering of lights. So I think this is just fluff. Like, he's just trying to drum up business. So I'm going to go ahead and just discard that one and draw that card.
I'm going to play this one. I don't know how relevant this could be, but it talks about a wound on the back of his head, so it wasn't a suicide.
I think that's very relevant,
okay.
The way he died. Besides, that shows that it's, besides the obvious fall from the balcony, the victim appears to have a wound on the back of his head that does not fit with the fall injuries. Well, that means it was murder and not suicide.
Yeah,
right.
I figured that anyway.
I think that's like one of the most important cards you could possibly play.
All right, phew. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I was nervous about playing a crappy card.
No, you're fine. I think that shows like type of death kind of thing. I'm going to also get rid of this card because unexplained. Yeah, this is just, who cares? I mean, it's just resignation, unexplained things. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that. This is saying that he was hit in the back of the head, so anything related to ghost activity to me is just fluff. Okay.
I'm going to get rid of this one. I think this is also fluff.
Okay. What were the keywords on that?
There were none.
Okay. For the manager's office after bringing dinner to room 206. Okay, so bringing dinner to 206. I don't have a schedule. I'm going to keep that just in case.
Oh man, can I see that paper?
What paper? This one?
Yeah.
And guest at room 208 arguing. So, but arguing doesn't mean 206 was who? That was, okay, that's a different guest. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not sure. This plays hand in hand with this card. This goes hand in hand with this one because Ghost Booster, and this is Ghost Booster coming soon. So I feel like, but I don't know if this is related or fluff or what. I'm going to play this face up anyway because it says Paracon on the bottom left. I think this also goes hand in hand with that whole convention. So I'm going to play this because it's kind of relevant to this over here. And I'm going to draw a card.
I don't know if this is... Hold on. Which one did you play? This one besides the obvious... Oh, no.
No, I played this one
That
just
one.
now. It was kind of like a reference. On the bottom left, it said Paracon.
Okay.
So I wonder if Paracon is the name of the convention that everyone convened at for this thing. So I kind of like... I don't know. I'm trying to get a setting and then...
I'm gonna. I'll play this one. I'll play this one. I don't know if I want to though.
It's okay.
I'll play this one.
All right, here we go. So this one is the guest in room 206 declared, despite a bit of poor hearing due to my age, since I arrived I've heard a lot of strange noises coming from 208, so I was wearing earplugs all the time. Well, that involves room 208, so that may not be bad to know.
That was Mrs. O'Connell who said that.
Okay.
As per this.
Okay.
206.
She was wearing earplugs.
Yeah.
All right.
Suppose.
I'm going to... Mr. Sullivan. So here's the thing. This card has the same tone as this one. They were all arguing. So I don't think either of these are relevant.
Uh-oh.
We want proof, not... I mean, there's motive, sure, but...
Okay.
Wait a minute. This is... All right, I think this is relevant.
Okay.
The card that you just played explains this one. Because this involves strange noises.
Ah.
So the room server declared, I heard strange noises coming from the manager's office after bringing dinner to room 206. Mm-hmm. So he heard strange noises coming from the manager's office, which is weird because she said it was 208, and now strange noises are coming from the manager's office. So it sounds like loud noises are coming from both places. I'm not sure how that ties everything together yet, but it's just weird that strange noises were underlined in both cards.
Yeah.
So either they're both relevant or they're not both. They're not, either of them are relevant. So we'll find out, I guess, when we do the thing.
After bringing dinner to room 206, which is that lady, the room server said that they heard strange noises coming from room 206. That's weird. How odd.
So, you might... I was wearing... Okay, so she's heard... So 206 said that she heard strange noises coming from 208.
And that one's saying that they heard strange noises coming from 206.
206
Oh, no.
After bringing dinner... No, from the manager's office after bringing dinner to room 206. So it's like the noises...
Interesting.
Either migrated from the manager's office to or to... What was a timestamp on that? It doesn't say. There was no timestamp. So I really can't tell which came first, but it might be something to think about.
I don't know if this is relevant, but it's interesting.
Oh, okay. Hamilton Sum. Hotel manager of haunted hotel dies. Mr. Thompson, manager of the Blair since 2003, was found dead at the hotel. Could the ghost of room 208 had something to do with his death? His son told the reporter that he had seen the ghost firsthand and will work on developing a machine to prove that the ghost is real.
It's weird.
Okay. That might explain the whole thing up here where he was trying to talk about his Ghost 2000, whatever it was, that machine.
Oh.
That would the death of his father, I'm assuming, it would compel him to create some kind of ghost machine, whatever. Yeah.
But he's dead though.
Well,
right?
no, I think this is October 9th, 2008.
Oh.
So
and this is 2007. This is 2007 when he was found dead.
Hotel manager of haunted hotel dies of the Blairsons. So are they the same person?
No, it seems like that's the father, right?
Yeah, and then that's the son.
The son.
Right.
I see. Okay, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
You get a card?
Yeah.
Keep pointing at the deck. I'll know. Is the... I'm going to discard this one just because this whole... all of this is just he said, she said. Not relevant.
Okay.
And I'll draw a card. Interesting. Okay.
I'm going to... Well, how do we lose?
We don't lose. So as long as we've got 6 or more cards in the discard, which we do, we're fine. We don't lose.
Okay.
Once this case is over, we will be scored.
So what's... Oh, okay. So the less cards you play, the better your score is, kind of?
Kind of, sort of.
Because what's to stop you from just playing the rest of the cards?
Correct. Yeah, and if you play a card to the table that is not relevant, you lose a point.
I see.
But there is still a questionnaire.
Yeah.
Which these cards might help us complete that questionnaire.
Okay. I'm going to play this right here.
Okay. Tools for Fools. Mythbuster W. Wang will discuss her controversial theory that modern ghost hunting uses technology to falsify data analysis and maintain false claims of paranormal activity. Okay.
Maybe.
Any particular reason?
Because maybe, I don't know, they were arguing about whether there's ghosts or not ghosts, and then he pushed him off the thing. I don't know.
Sure.
Who knows?
Okay. Makes sense.
I don't know.
All right. So we're getting close here. There's 3 cards left. I'm going to also discard this one.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to discard this one.
All right. You get a card.
Mm-hmm.
Closed. That's irrelevant.
I'll discard this one.
Okay.
Oh, there's no more.
No more. We keep playing until we're out.
Okay.
Biggest left. Yeah, so that would rule out 205 is... Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm going to discard this as well.
I don't see the relevance of this, even though it looks like a good one. But I don't think it is.
Okay, so discard it.
So I'm going to discard this.
Okay. And this is just proof that they knew each other, but I don't think it's relevant to the case. And I'm going to get rid of that one.
This is fluff.
Okay. Is that your last card?
Yeah.
And this is some compelling. I think I'm going to get rid of... Okay, so non-existence of ghosts, conclusion. I'm going to play this. Well... Okay, well, Ghost Hunter Rebellion Boy offered some compelling analysis. I feel like I'm just going to discard this as well. So that's all of the cards. Okay. So now we can look at, according to this, players check all the information on the table and together set out a theory as to what happened. During this phase, you can talk freely about discarded clues and the things you remember.
Oh, okay. So...
Anything that you discarded that was relevant?
Yeah, I think so. The receptionist, she left the reception desk area unattended when she was helping out guests with their luggage when the porter was not available. That's what the card said.
I think that's important because you played a card that said something about the keys. Mm-hmm. At room keys, the only people with access to room keys is the porter, housekeeper, room service, receptionist, and the hotel manager. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting to me is that these strange noises, like I keep coming back to these strange noises. Mm-hmm. It's like we heard noises, the one guest heard noises from 208.
Yeah.
And then a different person heard noises coming from the hotel office, mm-hmm. or the hotel manager's house or the room or whatever. while delivering dinner.
I have a hotel map. I had a hotel map, and 206 was directly next to 208.
Okay. So that would So
there was another card that I had also discarded that said that they had started level 2 testing, and then they were going to begin level 3 and also take into account the noise and the safety regulations.
So. But whose invention was going to make all that noise? Do you remember?
Oh crap! No, it was just an email it was an email from this.
The patent?
Yeah, because the company was, I believe that was the email.
So what we have here is from separate areas. We have a piece of equipment that was making loud noises in 208 that is now being heard in the hotel manager's office. Something tells me that, and this is just me talking, I don't know. The hotel manager is one of the people with access to the keys, and the noise from 208 was also heard in the hotel manager's location. So what if he took the equipment out of that room and kept it for himself and then murdered Sullivan?
Maybe, because the receptionist said in another card, she said that a new death would bring in new bookings for the hotel.
Okay, that makes sense. So the hotel manager, do you think, was behind this? I mean, that's the only person. I mean, there was other cards that I discarded that they were seen arguing.
I think so, because his son, the hotel manager is the son, right? And he said he saw the ghost firsthand and will work on developing a machine to prove that the ghost is real. So I bet he stole Mr. Sullivan's machine to get that money for his own, maybe.
Possibly. And these ghost detectors, $2,500 pre-order now. This was Ghost Booster though. So it seems like these equipments were expensive. They were valuable. Yeah. So I wonder if
Miss Boyle also had an invention as well.
Right, and I discarded a card. Ms. Boyle and Sullivan were classmates from college.
Okay.
So they knew each other.
Yeah,
they had a rivalry, but I don't think they would have led.
I don't think so either. I think it's the hotel manager.
All right, so
honestly,
all right. Well, let's
even though the reception, she said that she left her desk unattended to help with 2 guests when the porter was unavailable, which means that the hotel. Well, you didn't get any other cards with Miss Boyle, right? Because it seems like it was kind of leaning towards Miss Boyle.
Right.
Everything's kind of pointing to it, but my gut's telling me it's the manager.
I don't. I could have. Yeah. The reason I think it's the manager is because this
is hard evidence. I think
the evidence was the way he died. He might have fallen off the balcony, but he had trauma or whatever to the back of his head. Or what did that say? That one card about how he died? This one.
Injury.
Have a wound to the back of his head that doesn't fit with the fall damage.
Yeah.
Okay? So, someone clobbered him on the back of the head.
I think it's the hotel manager.
Okay. So, question number 1, who was the manager? The ghost, Ms. Wang, the Mythbuster, Ms. Boyle, the ghost hunter, or a hotel employee?
Who was the manager?
The hotel employee. He's a hotel employee.
Let me see. What does it say?
Who was the murderer? The ghost, Ms. Wang, Ms. Boyle, or a hotel employee?
Oh, hotel employee. Yeah.
So I'm going to put D as my answer for that one.
Yeah.
And second question is, why was the victim staying at the hotel? To attend a convention, to sell a product. He was friends with the receptionist and he was having an affair. It's a convention because that whole Paracon. Everyone was here for some kind of ghost thing.
Yeah, the Randy Prize.
Correct. So
challenge.
That was A. So number 2, we guessed A. Number 3, what was the murderer's main motive? Revenge, to maintain the ghost legend, hatred of ghost hunting, or there was no motive? Well, assuming it was the hotel manager, we can rule out C, because he didn't hate ghost hunting. He relied on it for business.
Yeah.
There was no motive. I don't think that's the case.
B, to maintain the ghost.
To maintain the ghost legend or revenge. Now,
maintain it, I think. Because I bet maybe...
But why kill him?
Maybe because his machine was actually... Oh, Mr. Wang... Mr. Wang had a controversial theory that modern ghost hunting uses technology to falsify data. So he would have killed Mr. Wang if he wanted to continue the ghost legacy. But he killed Mr. Sullivan.
But why Mr. Sullivan and not anyone else?
Yeah.
There was got to be something personal that we missed. I think it's revenge because all of these people were at the convention for the same reason. Yeah. So why single out Sullivan and not one of these other people?
Maybe his experiment would actually lead to no ghost.
That would be revenge.
No, that would be to maintain the ghost. Because if you got rid of the machine that doesn't get rid of the ghost, or that does get rid of the ghost, he doesn't want that. He would want like more legacy. I don't know. That's what. That's
possible, but that's a strong case.
What would revenge be?
Samuel Sullivan, a paranormal detective, has paid a visit to the Blair this weekend, invited by young local Tom Thompson. Oh, so the hotel manager invited Samuel to come out. Oh. Why? This was not a random thing. He singled him out.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know. My guess is that, he had a patent for this geospatial displacement magnetometer. Mm-hmm. I believe. So, like, I have to wonder, like, either it was because he was developing his own paranormal thing and he got mad at, but everyone was. So I don't know this one.
Yeah, I thought it was to maintain it because in here it says the son told the reporter that he saw the ghost firsthand and he was developing a machine. Okay. That's why, like, I figured like he stole the machine so that it doesn't detect anything.
Okay. So that would be revenge then?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm asking. What do you think?
I think it's to maintain the legacy.
All right, I'll pick that one then for you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No. Oh gosh, watch me be wrong.
I don't. You might be right. But I see. My big concern with B is he singled him out.
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah.
And he could have killed anyone else. Why did he There's probably information in here that we missed. That's why I'm thinking revenge. Why was he singled out? Why if it wasn't personal, right? Mm-hmm. Then why did he invite him specifically? If it was just to maintain the legend, all right, he would have picked off someone else on the list.
Yeah. Okay.
Why him?
Yeah, that's true. He would have killed Mr. Wang. And okay, yeah, go with revenge.
I just don't think we have all the information.
Okay.
So I'm going to do revenge.
Okay.
Where are the copies of the room keys kept? Well, I think
in the reception desk.
Yeah, reception. So that was A4. Mm-hmm. Number 5. How did the murderer get into the room? Through the window, with the key, they were invited in, or through the wall, with the key. That was B.
With the key, yeah.
Okay. And...
Maybe that map would have been good.
Yeah. 6. Did the victim and the murderer know each other? Yes, from college. Yes, they shared room 208. No. Yes, from the paranormal circle. Or no, they did not know each other. I would say yes from the paranormal circle. They were both developing equipment for ghost hunting. So they knew each other from paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
The college people were Ms. Boyle and Sullivan. Him, on the other hand, was more paranormal.
I thought paranormal circle would just be like this whole...
I think they were all related. Like, all of these people kind of knew each other from paranormal. They were all paranormal people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what the convention was all about.
Yeah.
Again, I'm using warped logic, so you can chime in. When was the murder committed? Before 6:30, between 6:30 and 6:45, between 6:45 and 7:15, or after 7:15? After 7:15. Yeah. So 7 is D. And 8. Who was the manager's late manager's son? The hotel manager. Who was the late manager's son?
The hotel manager, right?
Yeah, like...
Is there an option?
Yeah, you can...
Oh.
The options for that 8...
I see.
The guest of room 210, the hotel manager, the room service server, and it does not appear in this case. But the
hotel
son
manager.
is.
Yeah.
It was a father-son kind of thing.
Could there have been a different victim?
So that was B for that one. Could there have been a different victim?
Yes, any guest at 208. Yes, the guest at 210. Yes, the guest at 203, or no?
Well, that ties back to the revenge thing. The answer would be no, because if it was personal, it would not have been anyone else.
If it wasn't a revenge and he was just trying to get rid of the machine,
then that rules out. How do you answer? If it was a paranormal thing, if it was to maintain the legend, then how do you answer this A, B, or C? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you would have to say A, yes, any guest at 208.
But why not 210 or 203? If it was just to maintain the legend.
Because maybe he thought that Mr. Wang, because Mr. Wang had the controversial theory, right? That made it so that there's no ghost. If he wanted to maintain the legend, he would have killed Mr. Wang. And maybe he got mixed it up. Maybe he thought Mr. Wang would be in 208.
That's far-fetched.
That is far-fetched.
Considering that the room information is right here.
Yeah.
He could have looked up who was staying where.
That's true.
He invited him specifically.
Yeah.
So the answer is no.
Okay, no.
To me.
Okay.
Am I wrong? I don't want to take over.
No, go ahead. I'm curious to see.
I'm just trying to be consistent with my answers.
No, I know, me too.
Where is the weapon of the crime? There is no weapon. It's in an employee's room. In room 203 or room 210. I'm going to say in an employee's room because the hotel manager's loud noise thing, that was 10 was B. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's it. So now we reveal the answer. Spoilers ahead.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna read off the thing. Okay. Samuel Sullivan, a famous inventor and paranormal investigator from Niagara Falls, had just attended a paranormal convention in town. Recently, he had developed the ghost detector, which he took to the hotel he was staying at, the Blair. He spent the last few days at the hotel testing his new invention in his room. It was not the first time that Samuel Sullivan had visited the Blair. He visited once before in 2008, invited by Tom Thompson, the current hotel manager. Mm-hmm. Oh, so wait, that invite thing was his dad. Oh, maybe I got that wrong then. I thought that whole invite thing was from many years ago. Not the current situation, but that actually
it says 2008. That's after Tom Thompson died. That's after the father died.
Who invited him?
The son. The son invited him.
Paranormal detective. He paid a visit to the Blair this week, invited by. This is 2008.
Yeah, and this is 2007 when Mr. Thompson died. The father died.
Oh. Okay, Mr. was found dead. Okay, all right. So I'll keep reading. It was not the first time Samuel Sullivan had visited the Blair. He visited once before in 2008, invited by Tom Thompson, the current hotel manager. At the time, Mr. Thompson had been developing a precursor to the ghost detector, a machine to detect the ghost that he convinced killed his father, the previous hotel manager. Mr. Sullivan stole this idea and was planning to patent and profit from it by selling it to Ron Randall, 24 and 26.
Oh, interesting.
What was 24 and 26? Do we have that one? There's 24.
Oh, 26 is when I think I discarded it. Randall was the CEO of the whole company.
Oh, well, that would have been, okay.
No, I don't know. I thought...
You wouldn't have known that.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, well, maybe The hotel manager had access to the copies of the room keys and took the opportunity to enter room 208 to steal the invention. Mm-hmm. After Sullivan left for dinner, he was discovered, however, when Sullivan returned to pick up something he had forgotten. 26. 26.
Oh, I discarded that one because I figured it was irrelevant since we... Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we're getting some information. What did 26 say? Do you remember?
It said Mr. Sullivan forgot something. Like he left something unattended. That was it.
Tom confronted Samuel and they wrestled for the detector. Tom got a better hold of it and accidentally hit Sullivan on the head with the heavy machine. Once he realized he had killed Samuel, Tom opened the window and threw the body through the garden below, hoping the ghost would take the blame or confuse the police enough to buy him time. Mm. He took the ghost detector as he planned and hid it in his office after turning it on by mistake. 12 and 20.
Ah, he did turn it on by mistake.
Is that a card you discarded?
No, but we got the 20 though.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Randall was having a drink and waiting for Sullivan to join him for dinner at the bar. 03, 26, and 32. Ms. Boyle, a rival ghost hunter, had already checked out and left for the hotel at that time. And Ms. Wang was out for dinner elsewhere that evening. So the right answers were D, A, B, C, D, B, D, B. We got them all.
Wow, that was all you. Good job.
Well, I part of it, my issue, I think I got lucky though, because part of it was we didn't have all the information. But that's 20 points now. But don't do anything yet.
I'm not.
So now I have to take 1 point away for all cards that were on the table that were these.
Oh, okay.
Can we put these in numeric order or no?
Yeah, I can. Real quick.
Okay, there's 01.
3.
There's 04.
3.
Okay,
4.
3, 4.
7, 8. 2.
2.
19, 20, 18, 24, 16.
17, 18.
30.
16 would have been
17.
17, 16, 17, 18.
19, 20.
20.
24, 30, and 30 something.
32.
Yep.
Okay, so we lose a point if 2 is on the table.
Yep.
Which, that's 1 point. 05, 06, 09, nope. 10, 13, 18. So this Tools for Fools was a -1.
Okay, so those are irrelevant, right?
Yeah, those are irrelevant to the case. 21.
Nope.
22.
Nope.
23.
Nope.
25.
Nope.
27.
Nope.
28.
Nope.
29.
Nope.
31.
Nope.
Okay, so we got 2 wrong.
So which ones were they? 2 and which one? 18?
Yes, those 2 are irrelevant to the case.
Wow, cool.
So this Tools for Fools was irrelevant. Controversial Theory that you played, and I played this one, I think.
Yep.
The $1 million. I was trying to prove that this was a convention.
Interesting.
That's why I played that one.
Yeah.
So it says on the scoreboard, we got 18. We are Sherlock Holmes. Excellent. You are one of a kind. So we actually...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad.
Oh, that was fun.
You like that?
This is the one that I discarded right here.
Okay.
And this one as well. And
Okay.
we
didn't know it. My issue with this game is that we're getting we're getting the steps of the case in misorder. It's coming at us from different angles, and I don't know if cards are relevant now. Or it's hard to tell if a card is relevant sometimes at that point in time.
Yeah.
And when you've got 3 cards and you don't know if any of them are good, what do you do?
Yeah.
So some of this I feel like is luck, because what if you're dealt what if you are dealt 3 cards that are not relevant to the case, and you don't have a whole lot on the table? What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. These are the ones I discarded.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, IBelieveYou.com references that I Believe You patent up here.
Yeah, that's the noises. The level 2 and level 3 testing noises.
That I can see why that was relevant. Yeah. That's still good though.
That's why I voiced it afterwards.
Yeah.
And then this one, I didn't know. I thought it was just a fluff Randall thing.
Haunted Ltd would have gone with this one here.
Randall was the CEO of the whole corporation.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But I figured because we knew that he was room 10 or whatever it was, and he was meeting him for dinner, I figured it was just fluff. And that's why I discarded it.
Cool.
Oh.
Did you like this?
I love this game. I want to play it again. I really do.
Unfortunately, this case is now gone. We can't play it anymore.
I want the Men in Black pen to erase my memory of just this so I can play it again.
Yeah. There's 2 other cases in the box that we have not played. And you liked this one.
I loved it.
What did you like about it?
It's I just love the whole trying to piece together. It's like a puzzle with cards. You're just trying to piece together clues, and you're playing off of each other. Okay, let's see what he puts down, so then maybe it'll relate to whatever I have to put down later. And I love that. It is so unfortunate. I hate legacy games because it's so spoiler heavy and we cannot play it anymore until like maybe next month or in 5 months when we forget.
Or if we have dementia someday, we just play it every week.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I mean, I laugh, but
it's pretty serious.
It's not far off. So, like, my only complaint with this was again, the whole randomness of the deck.
Yeah.
If you get dealt bad cards in the beginning and they're all misinformation, whatever, that could ruin it. I like the solo variant that's actually mentioned, and I would use this in a 2+ player game. And the variant, not variant, I keep calling it's just something that you do differently in a solo game. So when discarding, make 2 piles, a final and a temporary one. When the deck runs out of cards, and if the final discard pile is at least 6 cards, shuffle the temporary pile and turn it into the new deck. So once you've got 6 cards in the permanent, you can take all the other discards that you weren't sure about and create a new deck with it, and then you deal those. And then you play either they get discarded permanently or you play them.
Okay.
I like that. And I would use that for our future games because that would eliminate the whole bad luck. I was played all these stupid cards that mean nothing to me right now.
I still like it though because it feels like a challenge. It feels like an actual puzzle. Whereas if you did the variant for the solo rule in a 2-player game, I feel like it would kind of make it a little bit easier and moot. Like okay, well, I figured this out real quick.
I somewhat agree with you. I feel like we had the ability to share underlined words with each other, but they were so useless.
I didn't think so.
Like the words, like there were 2 underlined words, one on the one card, ghost. Well, yeah, great. What am I? How are you supposed to tell me if that's worth playing or not?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like, I don't think there was enough relevant underlined words on these cards for other players to really weigh in.
Yeah.
That's why I suggest the 2-player, suggest that the solo rules be applied to the 2-player game or more, because there's just not if there was better communication with each other, that's one thing. But I feel like we didn't really communicate the entire game, other than look at the cards on the table and talk about things. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I for me, the communication was just which card is he going to put down next? Really, that's my
right. And I didn't feel like we really cooperated, other than at the end of the game when we were doing the questionnaire, and during the game as we were like piecing things together. Okay. But I didn't feel like the act of playing a card, you had no relevance to what I did, and I had no relevance to what you did when playing cards. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, kind of.
Because the underlined words just weren't enough to really go on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my thought.
Okay.
Anyway.
It was interesting. I think I enjoyed it way more than you did.
I like the idea of it. I would have changed a couple of things to make it a bit more casual. Again, the whole the solo rules I would apply to a 2-player game for us, just for fun. And I would have given some way to give more information, maybe 3 times per game, the ability to read off a card in its entirety or something.
Okay.
So I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
You know, because again, the underlined words just feel useless to me.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
I mean, maybe a type then. Instead of like having to read off the whole card, maybe a type like, okay, I have like a victim's belongings, or an article in a newspaper, or something like
or
that.
I have a card that relates to these 2 cards or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's tough.
Yeah, it is. How do you balance that? Yeah. So again, 3 cases in the Sinister Secrets box, and I believe there are other ones out there should you want more cases. So there you go, folks. That was the Sherlock Files, Sinister Secrets, at least one of the 3 cases. This is Vincent Lee. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.